Okay, now that you have all your slices made, we're ready to export our images and our website information over to Dreamweaver and have Fireworks build our website for us into an HTML document. After that, we'll go into Dreamweaver and make our buttons active. But with this being done, all we have to do is export our information. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a folder on our desktop to hold this website information we will be exporting. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my Fireworks document here. You see I have a folder here called Jeff Case Website. I want you guys to do the exact same thing. Make a folder. You simply, if you're on a Mac, right click or control click, new folder, make it and give it a name. But make sure it has your name with website on it, because you'll be emailing me this file with your website, so I have it after this at the end of this week. Okay, so with that being done, I'm going to go back into my Fireworks document, and I'm going to come up here to File, my menus, come down to Export, and I'm going to have this export wizard. And right now, Fireworks wants to know what I want to call this document. It's a .html document, you can see. So this is my home page of my website. So the code word for a website, for a home page of a website, is called index. Whenever you go to any website, whether it's apple.com, cnn.com, whatever website you go to, the home page is called index. And what happens is when you type in the URL, cnn.com for example, homepage is indexed and it opens up that page first. So make sure you call your home page only index.html. With that done, I can click this blue arrow down and I can navigate where I want this web page to go. So I'm going to put it on my desktop and put it in a folder I created called Jeff Case Website. Select there. The next thing you want to do, and this is very, very important when you're exporting out your website, your images, which means all these transparent green sliced areas, always need to go in a folder called Images inside this Jeff Case website or your name website folder. So you either can create a folder in there right away, or we can use this export wizard to create a folder for you. So what I'm going to do is put images in a subfolder, and I'm going to check that box and I'm going to select new folder. When I select new folder, it will create one for me. It just needs to know what it's called. I'm going to call it images and hit create. And you can see right there inside my Jeff Case website folder, I now have a folder called images. Again, just create new folder and you can do it right there. Next thing you want to do is right here where it says export, I want you guys to select CSS and images.htm. This is very, very important. There's other ways we can export out, but this is web standards nowadays. CSS is called cascading style sheets. It's a new way of programming websites, which makes websites look better and you're able to design easier with the code. We're not going to be doing the code, but we're going to be exporting this website we created in that code, and the program's going to create the website for us based off the design we created in Fireworks. So even though we're not doing any coding, I want you to export in that format because that is web standards today. So with that being done, we have our index.html that's going to go into this Jeff Case website. I have an images folder where I'm putting my images inside that subfolder right here. It looks like everything's ready to go. Got that set up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit export. Okay, only slice images from current state will be included in export. Hotspot behavior attributes will be ignored. That is fine. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. It's going to give me another warning. What it's saying is this font down here I was using is not HTML compliant. That's fine. It's going to substitute it with Arial, which is also similar to Myriad. Just fine. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And with that done, I'm now going to go to my Jeff Case website folder. And look at this. I have an index.html file. This is a web file with my design in it. I can open this up in Dreamweaver. I have an index.css file. This is the code that goes to this web page. And inside my images folder, these are all the images that we optimized and edited to design our website. So here's my buttons, all the slices I made, they're all here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my next page since I have this set up. So I'm going to go from page 1 to page 2, and I'm going to do the exact same thing again. File menu, export. I'm going to call this one video because this is my video button. So it's going to be video.html. Name it whatever your navigation is, make it easier for you. Mine's called video. I'm going to make it CSS and images. I'm going to navigate to my Jeff Case website. It needs to be in the same folder. I'm going to browse, make sure I put my images inside this images folder, and I'm going to hit export. Hit OK. Again, it says the text doesn't exist. It's going to make it Arial. That's fine. It's going to say certain buttons already exist. That's okay. We'll just replace them because it's using the same navigation again. So when I come here, look at, I have an index and a video file. Everything is exported and ready for me to go. All I have to do now is open this up in Dreamweaver. So there's a couple ways we can do that. I can either click and drag it to Dreamweaver, or I can go into Dreamweaver, File, Open, and navigate to this. So I'm going to open up this index file in Dreamweaver right now so you can see what it looks like. But what happened was Fireworks took the design we created, exported it out in all HTML and CSS code for us, so we don't have to remake this in Dreamweaver. It's been coded for us and ready to go. So here's my website right here. Let me move this over here. Again, you'll notice that Dreamweaver has similar layout as Fireworks. We've got our panels over here, we have our properties panel, and we have our menus. And right here I have my design. Oh, there's a broken image. I'll have to fix that later. But here's my images here. Everything's set up. I got my buttons here, ready to go. And the only thing I have to do now is I have to link these buttons to my pages I've created. But up here you can see the code. Here's all the code that was created from that document. It's all written in CSS or HTML compliant. It's compliant for the web, which means it will run perfectly on the web. So with that done, looks like we're good to go here. I would go ahead and open up my next document in Dreamweaver as well, and we'll go through linking our website together. So that will be the next step we'll do.